Number 5. Elections are held in a country whose parliament contains 10 seats. This country is divided into 10 districts. Each contains the same number of votes. The following are the results of the election. A. 1. Determine the composition of this country's parliament if one seat is attributed to each district according to plurality voting. One district, you're going to elect a party, either A, B, or C. We have, in district number 1, we have 47% of the vote went to C, so that's more than the others. So C gets 1 seat. In district 2, we have 35 as the winner. In district 3, 46 wins. In district 4, 51% wins. In district 5, 75 wins. In district 6, 48 wins. In district 7, 53 wins. In district 8, 40 wins. In district 9, 36 wins, and in district 10, 34 wins. We end up getting A gets 2 seats, Party B gets 2 seats, and C gets the rest, 6 seats. Party A gets 2 seats, Party B gets 2 seats, and Party C gets 6 seats. 2. Does the party in power have a majority? Explain your answer. In this case, we're talking about a majority of the seats. The party in power has 6 out of 10 seats, so that's 60%, so yes, they have a majority. For part B, determine the composition of this country's parliament if the seats are attributed according to proportional representation. Okay, so what I'm saying is, let's pretend that there are 100 people in each district. And it doesn't matter the number you pick. We have 10% of the 100 people. That's 10 people, if you're talking about 100 people. The 10% are voting for A, 43% for B, 47% for C. Then we're going to calculate the number that A gets, B gets, C gets, and so on. I did that in a spreadsheet. I think that's going to be a little bit easier to visualize. District, party, A, B, and C, and district 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. District 1 has 10% of the vote. District 2 has 43%.
District 4 has 47. A has 10%, B has 43, C has 47. In District 2, A has 35, B has 33, C has 32. District 3, we have 23, 31, and 46. In 4, we have 24. 51 and 25. District 5, we have 14, 11, and 75. In District 6, we have 7, 48, and 45. In District 7, we have 35, 12, and 53. 35, 12, 53. In District 8, we have 40, 28, 32. In District 9, we have 33, 31, and 36. In District 10, we have 33, 33, and
34. Just going to sum those up is equal to sum, and that should add up to 100% in each case. Command right to fill that across, so that makes sense. Let's just pretend we were talking about 100 people. 10% of 100 people is going to be 10 people, and so on. So if we go across here, sum of all the people, all the votes. So 254 votes for A, and then if I fill that down, we have a total of 1,000. There are, let's say, 100 people in each district. There are 10 districts, so there's 1,000 people. We have 254 out of 1,000 votes. That is equal to 254 out of 1,000 votes. That's going to give me a decimal, and I'm going to multiply that by 100 to turn into a percent. So times 100. I'm going to fill that down. Yeah, divided by this number. I'm just going to put a little $sign between the L and the 6, and it'll lock it onto there. So when I fill it down, the correct numbers. Okay, so let us add those together. So we have 100% of the vote. 25.4% going to party A, 32.1% going to party B, and 42.5% going to party C. By the way, let's just pick some number like 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say there's 2,345 people in each district. I'm going to figure out like 10% of that. This is party A, B, and C. 10%, so divided by 100, times this number. I'm going to lock it onto that number by putting the $sign there. And then if I fill that down like that, we end up getting how many people voted for party A in District 1. And I'm going to make all the districts the same size. So I'm going to fill that right, so 2,345, and then I'm going to fill this right, like that, and then I'm going to figure out how many people I have. I'm just going to copy the formulas from up there down to here. We have 23,450 people altogether. So if there were 2,345 in each of the 10 districts, that makes sense. We have 5,956.3 people voting for A, we have 7,527.45 voting for B, we have 9,000, and that adds up to that amount. Let us figure out the percents. Yeah, because it's locked onto L6, and it shouldn't be locked onto L6, it should be locked onto this total number. Go back here and figure out the percent. It's equal to this number divided by that number, and I'm just going to put a little $sign there, okay, and then multiply by 100 times 100. That's 100% of our people. That makes sense. Let's fill that down. And so we get 25.4% of the people. See, same number, 32.1% and 42.5%. And altogether we have 100%. So it doesn't matter whether we pick 100 people or 2,345 people, we're still going to get 25.4%, 32.1, and 42.5. According to proportional representation, we end up with 25.4% are voting for A, 32.1% are voting for B, 42.5% are voting for C, which adds up to 1,000 people, 100%. A is going to get 25.4% of the 10 seats, so that's 0.254 times 10, which is 2.54 seats, but we round down, so that's 2 seats. B is going to get 0.321 times 10, which is 3.21 seats, which we round down to 3 seats. C is going to get 0.425 times 10, 42.5% of the seats, so 0.425 times 10, which is 4.25, which we round down to 4. We get 2 seats for A, B gets 3, and C gets 4 seats. If we add that together, that's only 9 seats, so we have 1 more seat to give away, so we're going to look at the remainders. We have 0.54, 0.21, and 0.25. The 0.54 is higher, so it's going to get an extra seat. 0.54, 0.21, and 0.25, and so plus 1 seats. Altogether we have 9 so far. Add the 1, now we have 10. Okay, so A has a total of 3 seats, B has 3 seats, C has 4 seats. Does the party in power have a majority in this case? The party in power has 4 out of the 10 seats, which is 40%. No, they do not have a majority. If we look at the number of votes that they have, like individuals, they only have 42.5%. If we're looking at the number of votes that C got, they don't have a majority. If we're looking at the number of seats that C has, they don't have a majority. No, they only have 4 out of 10 seats, or 40% of the vote. And that's it for question number 5. Have a good day.